So I was really looking forward to Fast X. I liked all the other movies. I mean, none of them are cinematic masterpieces, but they were all fun. I really liked the ninth one. It was very goofy. The stakes were ridiculously high. The ninth one was where they had like magnets and they could like flip them on and off and they would affect other cars, but not the cars they were in, even though they were both made of metal, which I didn't really understand. But it was still fun. And they also in the ninth one that was the one where they went to space in a car. So yeah, I enjoyed that, and also the ending to the ninth one was like the perfect ending, right? They had the entire gang back together, and they're all sitting down at the original house from the first one. They're having this picnic. It was like a good ending, and now we go to the 10th one, and it's just. And this doesn't have anything to do with the review for this movie, but it's just crazy to think that this whole franchise started with like stolen DVD players. That was the first movie, Fast and Furious, was them. They were doing like illegal street racing, and they were stealing DVD players, not even Blu-rays. That's how far back this thing goes. And now they're fighting terrorism. They're like using cars to fight terrorism. Also, the names of these movies are all over the place. You started with the Fast and Furious, which was pretty straightforward. Then you had Too Fast, Too Furious, Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, Fast and Furious. They dropped the there. Then you had Fast Five, Fast and Furious Six, which kind of a that's a pretty lame name. Furious Seven, The Fate of the Furious. Because of F8 is like fate, so I see what they did there. F9, Fast Saga, and now we're at Fast X. So the names are also all over the place. But back to this one, the worst part by far is Jason Momoa. So I'm not going to give away any like major plot points. All I'm going to say is that just Jason Momoa's character, he's just a terrible villain. It's like they tried to introduce Heath Ledger's Joker into the Fast or Furious franchise, and it just doesn't work. It's not as well executed, but he has these little mannerisms that like he always has to be doing something. Like he'll say something, and he's always got to be doing like a little shoulder shrug or like a tiny little dance every time he says something. He's got to be just in motion making wacky movements, and I can't stand it. Actually, by the end of the movie, I just remember mumbling to myself each time he was up there, just going like, oh, this fucking guy. The rest of the cast, though, is fine. You got a lot of returning characters. They're all good. You also have new ones. You got Brie Larson and the guy from Reacher. Like, he plays Jack Reacher in the Amazon Reacher series. They were both fine, along with the rest of the cast. Another problem I have with this installment is it just didn't seem to live up to the level of ridiculousness that the other films had. Like I mentioned earlier, there was the movie where they drive a car into a satellite that's in orbit. There was the one with the wacky magnets that seemed to work on some metal but not other metal. They raced a submarine, I think, in one of them, and then they had the one where the bridge was out, and they like took a rope through the window and they swung a car over to get to the other side because there wasn't a bridge. Just all kinds of craziness that this one didn't really have any of that stuff. So I think it took a step back as far as just what's the most ridiculous thing we can do in this movie. It kind of took a step back in that department. It does set up the next movie, which is F11 or Fast 11. But again, after seeing this one, I'm not even sure if I really want to continue watching these. I think the perfect place to stop after seeing this one, I think the perfect place to stop would have been at F9. So this one, I mean, it's not terrible compared to the other ones. I could not get past the Jason Momoa villain. It's a 2 out of 5 for me. Not my favorite, probably my least favorite in this franchise. So that's my review of Fast X. Thank you for watching. Do the like and subscribe if you want. And also this week on Tuesday on this channel, we are going to be ranking. We already ranked. We ranked cartoons and we ranked anime shows. And now on Tuesday, we're going to have kind of a tournament where they face off against each other to get to the best one. That's going to be Tuesday. We rank stuff right here on this channel. Okay, thanks. Bye.